Pagkatapos niyan, you could be able to bring with you your mommy and kapatid, no?
Yes po.
Alright. Yung sinabi sa iyo ni General Bato de la Rosa, na sinabi na aminin mo na ikaw ay drug lord, correct?
Yes po.
Pero hindi ka drug lord.
Hindi ako po drug lord. Naging addict lang ako.
Okay. Ibig sabihin, ikaw ay user, hindi ka
User.
drug lord.
Opo. Tama po.
Gusto kong tanungin
Mr. Chair.
ang PIDEA, no? Yung pong PIDEA, nakalagay pa ba siya sa listahan na siya ay drug lord? O tinanggal nyo na?
He is still listed, Mr. Chairman, Your Honor.
So, naniniwala kayo na drug lord siya?
Can I just be clarified?
Go
Can I
ahead,
just make
go
a
ahead.
clarification,
Sige.
Your Honor? Yes.
Sige.
What I was trying to explain, Your Honor, was that, of course, we know now that there were and there are 3 lists. The first list, the second list, and the third list. In the first list, the names of the father and son are already listed as drug lords. This list, this first list was not validated yet when it was first presented. However, after the August 2020 listing, sorry, can I just confirm my intel?
Yes, sir.
After the August 2020 listing, which is now the third list, that list was later on starting to be validated. Kasi po may process, Your Honor. And,
Was it amended? No.
the
Only
names-
validated.
No, when it is when it is validated or when it is being analyzed, Your Honor, that list, there are 3 recommendations. 1, once a name is delisted. 2, the name is placed on suspense file. And 3, it is going to be retained. The names of the Espinosas remained in that list, although later on, the father was now negated.
Neutralized.
No.
Neutralized.
Negated, I'm sorry. I
Okay.
don't have to use the word neutralized.
So it means that Mr. Kerwin is still active in your list.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Is he being investigated?
We are monitoring him.
Is he under surveillance?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Mr. Kerwin, narinig mo.
Yes po.
So anong
Mr. Chair.
anong gagawin mo ron para ma-clear yung pangalan mo sa list?
Iano ko po, mag-request ako sa ating kapulisan at sa PDEA, maglagay sila ng, kung pwede, maglagay sila ng detachment doon sa gilid ng bahay ko. At ako ang mag-provide ng pagkain po para totally ma-monitor nila talaga ako.
Oh,
Kung
hindi lang
talagang
yun.
may
Can you not ask your lawyers to do something about that so that your name will be delisted from the PIDEA list? Because he's still there. And as long as your name is still there, you will be monitored and surveilled upon and later on be investigated.
Hindi lang po yun, Mr. Chair. Pati yung buhay ko, namimiligro pa rin.
Okay, let me ask the lawyer, attorney. Tama ba yung nabanggit ko? What can you do something about that to delist his name kung talagang hindi na siya drug lord? Kaya sinasabi niya hindi na siya drug lord eh. So what should he do for his name to be delisted from PIDEA because he's still active?
Good afternoon po, Mr. Chair. Ang alam ko po dyan, just like the ordinary drug watch, or drug list ng ordinary PNP, watch list, or listing ng PIDEA or NBI, that is internal policy po nila yun eh. Memo nila yun according to Intel report. But I think the PIDEA should look into the number of cases that were dismissed, which were based only on information relayed by coerced witnesses who never testified in court. Na-file po yung mga kaso kay Mr. Espinosa based on the affidavits of detainees and confession. Wala pong independent, relevant evidence about the drug activities.
Yeah, well, there might not be, but still, officially, he is in the list.
I would not know
Are-
if there is
are-
such thing, Mr.
Are you
Chair.
not going to do something about it for him to be delisted?
We will try.
If indeed, hindi ka na drug lord. Am I right? Hindi ka talaga drug lord. User ka lang.
Opo,
At hindi ka na
Chair.
gumagamit ngayon, correct?
Hindi na po.
For how many years now?
22 years na po na hindi na ako gumagamit ng droga po.
Napansin ko, meron kang tato. No.
Oo.
Ano ba yun?
Meron po akong tato.
Tattoo mo dito lang o buong katawan?
Hindi po, dito lang sa braso ko
Kailan
po.
ka
at sa
nagkaroon
likod.
yan?
Nung nakulong ako last 2008.
Nung nakulong ka, user ka pa.
User po ako doon.
Pero talagang
Mr. Chair.
sinasayang mo ngayon, dito sa committee ito, na hindi ka drug lord. Yun ang
Hindi.
gusto ko malaman.
Hindi po ako drug lord.
Gusto kong tanungin si Colonel Marcos. Naniniwala ka ba sinabi ni Mr. Kerwin na hindi siya drug lord? Kailanman hindi siya naging drug lord? At hindi siya drug lord ngayon?
Una, sir, yung declaration niya, sir, na hindi na siya drug lord ngayon, siya lang po nakakaalam nun, sir. Ngayon, ang makakasagot po niyan, siguro yung PNP drug enforcement natin.
Ang tanong ko sa iyo, dahil personally, kilala mo siya eh.
Pangalawa, sir, sa Senado po, sir, during the time na nag-Senate hearing kami, inamin naman niya na drug lord siya. Confessed drug lord. At the same time,
Kailan niya inamin?
nung Senate hearing, sir,
Well, inamin niya.
way back 2016,
Inamin niya sapagkat sinabi niya dito, binago mo yung iyong testimony, di ba?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Now, let me ask you a question now. Baday doon sa sinasabi mo, Colonel Marcos, no? Yung testimony mo sa Senado ay ayon sa sinabi sa iyo ni General Bato.
po.
Correct.
Opo.
Ngayon, dito sa amin, iba na ang testimony mo.
Opo. Yes
Pakisabi mo
Mr.
sa amin,
Chair.
sa taong bayan, kung dapat kami maniwala sa iyo. Ibig
Pwede
sabihin, hindi dapat paniwalaan yung testimony mo sa Senado. At ang dapat paniwalaan
ang
yung
testimony
testimony mo rito.
Para sa taong bayan, kasi nung panahon na nag-testify ako sa Senado, may nangyari na pananakot, may sa buhay ko. At pinatay na ang papa ko on that time. No, ang hindi pa ako nag-testify sa Senado. Kaya yung plano, sinunod ko na lang talaga para lang ma-save ang buhay ko at ang buhay ng aking pamilya, lalo na sa aking mga anak. Kaya inamin ko doon kahit walang katotohanan dahil sa takot na tinatakot ako na baka ako ang masunod sa aking ama na pinatay ng mga PNP.
Therefore, Mr. Kerwin, dito sa aming committee ngayon, binabanggit mo ang katotohanan na ikaw ay natakot sa buhay mo nung sinabi sa iyo ni General Bato de la Rosa na may mangyayari sa iyo kung hindi ka mag-testify ng ganon. Tama ba ako?
Opo, Mr. Chair.
So pwede bang pakisahin mo ngayon na ang talagang nag-utos sa iyo na sabihin ang testimony mo doon sa Senado ay si General Bato de la Rosa?
Exactly, Your Honor. Siya talaga ang nag-utos sa akin at nagplano kung ano ang mga sasabihin ko doon sa Senado. Hindi katulad dito na nandito ako sa Quadcom ngayon, wala pong sino man na sa akin, nag-udyok, kundi ako ang sarili ko dahil nakita ko sa TV na marami nang lumulutang at na-feel ko ngayon sa panahon na yon na talagang inusisa ang ang AGK sa ating bayan. Marami.
Kasi alam mo, Mr. Kerwin, sasagutin yan ni Senator Bato eh. Oh, pupunta siya ng media para sagutin niya at sabihin niya lahat na mali at kasinungalingan ang sinasabi mo. Hindi lang yun ha. Marami siyang DDS trolls eh. Na ibabas din kami na sinungaling ang iyong sinasabi. Ano masaya mo doon?
Inaasahan ko na yon na i-deny talaga niya. At ang mga trolls niya, naghanda na ngayon kung ano ang ipalabas nila sa social media at sa mga kwento na gagawin nila.
Okay. Ang nabanggit mo rin, kaya ginawa yan sa iyo ni General Bato, sapagkat yun ay utos ng nakakataas sa kanya. Tama ba ako?
Tama po.
Okay. Sa palagay mo, sino yung nakakataas sa kanya?
Nakakataas sa kay General Bato, sa palagay ko, sa aking pagkaintindi, walang iba kundi presidente na lang ang pinakamataas na pwedeng mag-utos sa kanya.
Paano mo nasabi yan sa palagay mo?
Kasi itong mga nangyari na mga EJK, kampante ang mga kapulisan maliban lang sa mga matino na pulis na dadamay sa mga kabalastugan ng mga pulis na hindi nahihiya, na gumawa ng karahasan, inabuso ang kanilang uniforme, na gumawa ng patayan dito, patayan doon, parang mga hayop na lang ang tingin nila sa mga mga drug related. Hindi nila binigyan ng pagkakataon, hindi nila binigyan ng tamang due process na pwede namang magbago ang tao. Kaya ngayon ang Pilipinas nakilala sa buong mundo sa maitim na background dahil sa patayan, sa extrajudicial killing.
Okay. Palagay mo, sino ang nag-utos para ipapatay ang papa mo?
Tayong mga Pilipino, nakita natin sa TV na ang dating presidente nagsasabi na patayin niya lahat ng mga narcolis. So, sa pagkaintindi ko, siya talaga ang nag-utos na patayin ang papa ko.
So naniniwala ka na ang dating Pangulo ang nag-utos na ipapatay ang iyong tatay?
Opo, Mr. Chair.
Oh, bukas, lahat ng DDS troll, titirahin tayo. Tama.
Okay lang yun. Basta ang sa atin, ang katotohanan lang. At hindi naman mga bata ang lahat ng Pilipino na naniwala sa senaryo nila, Mr. Chair.
Ito, no? Colonel Marcos, pakilagay nga sa ating LED monitor dito yung picture na ipinalabas ng ABS-CBN News na ang title Cop Called Soko Before Espinosa Was Killed. Pakilagay nga po dyan sa ating monitor. Ito, nasa pahayagan po ito. No? Ang sinabi po ng ABS-CBN News, tinawag yung Soko bago po siya patayin. Oo. So, anong masasabi niyo rito, Colonel Marcos?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Ganito po yan. Bali, during the presentation in the Senate, may present po kasi yung CIDG na presentation.
Teka. Hindi, I'm not referring to the presentation of the Senate. I'm referring to this news issue Totoo ba ito na merong soko na bago pa pinatay si Mayor Espinosa? Yun ang gusto kong tanong dyan.
Hindi po totoo yan, Mr. Chair. Na-refute na po yan kasi nagkaroon po ng misunderstanding tungkol po doon sa oras, pero na-verify din po ni chairman ng committee doon sa Senate na based nung makuha nila yung CCTV sa DPWH, during that time, nakita nila yung totoong oras kung anong oras po dumating yung soko, sir.
Wala na nga CCTV. Mr. Kerwin, di ba? Ang testimony mo, walang CCTV ron sa prison mismo. Tama?
Yun ang sinabi sa akin ng mga detainee na nandoon sa pangyayari.
Yung mga witness doon sa loob, sinabi na tinanggal yung CCTV.
Yung hard drive, pinatay.
Sino nagtanggal ng hard drive?
Yung mga operatives po.
So, Colonel Marcos, palagay mo kaya totoo itong sinasabi ni Mr. Kerwin o hindi?
Totoo po, sir, na walang CCTV po doon sa loob ng jail. Pero yung I'm referring to the CCTV on the adjacent building of DPWH. Yun po yung kinuha po na
So,
CCTV.
doon sa pagpatay mismong lugar ng Mayor Espinosa, iyong binabagit na totoong walang CCTV.
Wala pong based doon, sir, sa investigation, sir, ng IAS kasi nag-conduct sila ng investigation doon sa area na find out nila doon sa logbook ng Baybay City Jail that the CCTV was under repair, sir. Nakasa logbook po yun, sir.
Okay.
Kaya po wala pong CCTV sa loob.
Okay. Ngayon, Colonel Marcos, ilang pulis ang dapat humuli kay Mayor Espinosa? Ilang pulis ang pumasok doon sa selda?
I believe, sir, 19 kami pero yung pumasok, sir, isang team lang. Nasa labas po kami. Yung
Nandun
iba.
ka? Nandun
Opo,
ka?
nandun po ako, sir.
Ibig sabihin, ikaw ang leader.
Yes, sir. I supervised the operation, sir.
You did. 19 ang pulis, pero yung pumasok ilan?
Around 7, sir.
7.
Yes, sir. Kasi joint namin yung maritime group. Yung maritime group, sir, na kasama namin na nakipag-join doon sa operation, outside perimeter security lang sila, sir.
At naka-full battle gear kayong lahat.
We were armed with M16 and our service firearms, sir.
Ayun. Oo.
Opo.
Full battle gear kayo, 7 kayo, pumasok kayo para arrestuhin ng isang tao.
Sir. Opo, sir, pero hindi ako kasama
Sapagkat
sa pumasok, sir.
Ang alam ninyo na merong tinatawag na agreement itong mga jail guards with the late mayor. Totoo ba yan?
Yun po ang information, sir.
Pero hindi nyo inaresto yung jail guards.
Bali, sir, nung in-implement namin yung search warrant at present po doon sa gate ng Baybay Provincial Jail, ayaw po kami papasukin. Ang ginawa ng jail guard, nagkunyari lang, sir, na bubuksan niya, sir, yung padlock, pero nung pinasok niya, sir, yung susi, binali niya. So there was an intent to not let us in. So we used a reasonable equipment, yung bolt cutter, para po putulin po yung kadena ng gate. So we were compelled to restrain them. Kaya po namin sila pina-face the wall, kaya po namin kinuha yung armas nila kasi we don't want anything to happen between us. Kasi baka
Yes.
mamaya anong
You
maisipan,
were
sir.
compelled to restrain them.
Yes, sir. Kasi
But you are not supposed to kill Mayor Espinosa because he has constitutional rights that you must observe as police officers. Am I right?
based po sa circumstances, si Major Laraga po makakasagot yun, sir. Kasi based sa...
Teka.
Siya po
Andun
siya
ka eh.
pumasok.
Andun ka eh. You were there. You were leading the team.
Yes, sir. I was there, but
What I'm saying is, binayolate ninyo ang constitutional right nung inuhuli ninyo. Whether he be a drug lord or whatever he is, meron siyang constitutional right. Am I right?
yes, sir. We always do that.
And you
but,
ought, no, you're not doing it. And you ought to respect that. Iimon sabihin sa akin, kahit meron kayong compelling reason to have a search warrant, that you should respect the constitutional right of any person, because even a suspect is presumed innocent until proven guilty. Am I right, Colonel Marcos?
Yes, sir. But circumstances...
But you did not observe that, Colonel Marcos.
It was Major Laraga, sir, who made the
Well,
shootout.
don't put the blame to somebody else. You were the one leading the team. Do not put the blame on somebody else.
Ang
Hindi mo sabihin, dahilan sa underclass mo si Major Lara, ipipinpoint mo that he is to blame for this?
My clear instruction, sir, is to arrest Mayor Espinosa and Raul Yap. That was my clear instruction.
So that's your clear instruction.
Yes,
so
sir.
nung napatay itong si Mayor Espinosa, anong ginawa mo kay Major Lara?
I asked him what happened, sir.
Anong ginawa mo sa kanya?
Tinanong ko siya, sir, bakit nagkabarilan sa loob?
At tinanong mo lang,
Ngayon, sabi niya, sir,
Hindi mo-
lumaban, may baril daw, sir, eh.
hindi mo kinuha yung baril niya, hindi mo kinuha yung tsapa niya, o kaya naman, tinanggal mo siya sa posisyon. Hindi mo ginawa yon. Hindi mo ginawa yon.
Hindi po, sir.
So, my goodness, you're going to blame your underclass, Major Lara, na pumatay doon. Alam mong mali ang ginawa niya. That's why you're pointing him eh. Alam mong mali ang ginawa niya. You should have arrested him. You should have removed him from his opposition. Sapagkat yan dapat ang ginagawa ng pulis. Am I right?
Yes, sir, but I believe Major Laraga has to defend himself.
Can I ask Atty. Neri, kung halimbawa, Atty. Neri, kung halimbawa, biniblame niya si Major Lara, okay? Hindi siya, samantala siya ang leader ng team. Anong dapat ang ginawa ni Colonel Marcos kay Major Lara?
Under the rules, Mr. Chair, dapat pinaimbestigahan niya. Kasi the claim of self-defense is not something na iabsuelto ng higher up niya. Meaning to say, ang pwedeng sabihin ni Colonel Marcos, sorry Major, sa ilalim ng batas, inamin mong pinatay mo, ang sabi mo nag-self-defense ka, kakasuhan ka namin, ilabas mo na lang sa korte yung depensa mo. But ako, as a colonel, I am not a judge, I am not a prosecutor, I have no power to absolve you. So there is already probable cause, Mr. Chair, na may nangyaring pagpatay. Inamin, Mr. Chair. So kasuhan mo na lang. And that's the DOJ opinion in many instances of claims to self-defense. Kasi otherwise, Mr. Chair, kung ang isang koronel o sino man ay magsabi, self-defense pala nanlaban, okay, di ang mangyari sa buong Pilipinas, Mr. Chair, ganun-ganun na lang, na anybody can just claim self-defense. But the rules and the laws require that the PNP should file a case against any of its officers, inquest nga, Mr. Chair, under the rules of engagement, and let the defendant answer the accusation sa court, and if na-prove niya na self-defense nga talaga, then he could be acquitted. But the colonel or the general or Senator Bato or anybody, even the president, cannot absolve any police officer who killed somebody on the mere say-so of that police officer na self-defense ang ginawa niya po.
Mr. Chair, did we invite Major Laraga here? Comsec, inibita ba natin si Major Laraga? Wala, ano? We would like to, I'd like to make a motion to invite him in the next hearing.
Comsec, please take note of the request of Congressman Abante and kindly wrap up, Congressman Abante.
So do you, Colonel Marcos, do you agree with the statement of Atty. Neri Colmenares?
Meron po, Mr. Chair, pinapalo po ang PNP na police operational procedure.
That
Wala-
it's not within the police procedure. Colonel Marcos,
wala
do not make me ignorant of that. Ibig mong sabihin, procedure ninyo na meron kayong search warrant, papasukin nyo ang selda, papatayin nyo yung tao, ganun ba yung procedure?
Wala po akong instruction, sir, na patayin. Ang sabi ko, arestuhin, sir. Wala pong instruction na patayin.
Kung yan ang sinabi mo to restrain them, nakita mong pinatay, you should have done something to the policeman that killed Mr. Mayor Espinosa. You should have done something.
Pasensya na po, sir, kasi...
But you did not do anything.
Sabi ko nga po, sir, based on procedure sa PNP, wala naman pong sinabi na aarestuhin ko yung kasamahan ko na nakapatay during police operation unless na there is probable cause that he made it with intent. Kumbaga, may intention talaga siyang patayin.
CHR, so you believe that the policeman violated his constitutional right and they are guilty of a human rights violation?
Your Honor, yes, it is the stand of the Commission per its resolution in 2018 that Sir Marcos, as respondent in the case of the then now deceased Mayor Espinosa, violated the human rights of Mayor Espinosa due to the death resulting from the operation that they conducted inside the jail, Your Honor.
I
Yes,
hope,
Your
Mr.
Honor.
Chair, DOJ is listening and that we would like to request that an investigation should be done on the killing of Mayor Espinosa to the policemen that did it, Mr. Chair. Last question na lang, na 27,000 per day ang bayad. Totoo ba yun?
Hindi po. Wala pong nangyaring ganun, Mr. Chair.
Wala nangyaring gano'n.
Oh, wala po.
Nagsasabi ka ng
Pero,
totoo?
totoo na sa hospital ako, noong
Saan ka ng
December.
hospital? Sa St. Luke's?
St. Luke's.
Aha.
Ang gumastos po sa akin, yung kapatid ng papa ko na nandoon sa States, kasi siya ay isang CPA lawyer po. May kakayahan siya. Siya ang gumastos sa
Siya
akin.
ang nagbayad ng 27,000 a day.
Yes po.
At doon sa ospital, ikaw ay nakipagmadyong sa mga police officers.
Wala pong madyungan doon. Mr. Chair.
Pwede ka naman magdala eh. Ang bihira ka naman. Pwede ka naman magdala ng madyong, di ba? Pwede hindi.
Hindi ako makapag galaw-galaw nung panahon na yun, Mr. Chair, kasi yung braso ko inoperahan.
So, ibig sabihin, itinatanggi mo itong allegation na ito.
Opo, Mr. Chair.
Kung meron magpatunay nito na totoo yung...
Sige. Okay lang po, Mr. Chair.
Kung ipatawag namin yung magpapatunay dito.
Opo, Mr. Chair.
Oo.
Opo.
Cross
Sige.
my heart, cross my heart.
Padala, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, yun lamang. At para tayo po ay pumunta na sa ating pangalawang round.
Okay. Thank you, Congressman Abante. So, tapos na po yung ating interpellation kay Mr. Kerwin Espinosa. But pwede bang, Kerwin, upo ka lang muna dito with your lawyers while we ask the extrajudicial killing victims, the families, no, of the victims of the EJK, and may we know their names too, Congresswoman Arlene and Congresswoman Franz. Who are these people that we are inviting for our hearing today?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, it's Ms. Raquel Lopez.
Si Ms.
Chair.
Raquel Lopez po, pwede po
Yes.
kayong umupo dito.
Anak niya po si Rabi Lopez.
Mr. Chair, can we invite all of the loved ones of the victims to just sit here in front? And maybe the others would be able to join us here if they're downstairs.
Mr. Chair, yes,
Yes.
meron pa pong 26 na nasa baba ngayon. Yung iba po kasi ay after the mass ay na umalis na at umuwi. Yung iba po ay natitira pa sa baba. So there are about 26 doon sa baba
Okay.
na pwede pong umakyat.
Sino po ang nandirito ngayon, Congresswoman
It's-
Brosas?
It's Miss Raquel Lopez, tapos si Baby Rosales, and si Rodrigo Bailon po. Yung si Tatay Bailon, yung merong 9 years old, si Lenine Bailon, yung kanyang anak na namatay, na pinatay.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I also would like to call Colonel Garma and Colonel Patay right in the seeming hot seat over there.
Colonel Patay and Colonel Garma. Paige, paki-assist mo nga si Colonel Garma to take the seat.
Mr. Chair, while we're calling Colonel Garma, there is a video that I believe that yung mga taong bayan po natin nanonood at lahat po dito ay mapanood po nila itong video ito. So may I ask that we play the video, Mr. Chair?
Is there a video that the Secretariat has prepared for this? Meron? Meron? O sige. And then we will just show the video, but before that, we'll ask pwede po ba namin kayong ipasumpain, no? Nakasumpa na po kayo lahat? Nakasumpa na pala kayo lahat. Okay. So, we'll now proceed.
Mr. Chair, sumabay kasi sila, Mr. Chair, kanina nung pagsumpa nung lahat
Okay.
ng mga resource persons na bago,
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. Salamat sa information. So, Congressman Abante, we have a video that we will show.
Yeah, please. After the video, Mr. Chair, I would like to ask Attorney Conte to make the opening remarks for this. Okay.
So we'll show first the video and then we will ask Attorney Conti to deliver her opening remarks. Okay. So, Secretariat, can you play the video, please?
I would stop drugs and criminality in 3 to 6 months.
But just give me a little extension, maybe of another.
Yun lang ang video natin. Okay? So, nandito, meron po ba isa? Sige, please, Secretariat, can you play the video?
And he said, well, sir, if they are there, destroy them also. Especially if they put up a good fight. O kung walang baril, bigyan mo ng baril. Here's a loaded gun. Fight.
So you cannot play the video. Sige. Okay. 1 minute suspension lang. Please make yourselves comfortable.